Let's do this. Alright. Let's get this show going. Alright. Shout out to Big Ace. Hold on, I feel like I'm yelling. Let me fix that. Shout out to Big Ace that just jumped on. Shaq, I see you. Shout out to everybody. Magoo, I see you. Kim Commas. Ace, what's going on? Today for the A&R Desk. As you've seen, we have dubbed this show, Are You Ready to Be Shopped? There will be no in-show submissions today. No in-show submissions. Whatever's submitted is what we're going to go through, and that's that. And we're going to see if a lot of people are ready. And we're going to go over some of the things and the reasons why, or possibly why emails might be too much when you're submitting to a music professional. Willie Hodge, I see you. Will, I know you hit me when I was on the road. When you hit me, I was coming to set up the show. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do today, and we got a few submissions. He said, "Come on now, I want in." Yo, Itch always want in. Itch don't want nothing less than in. I'm gonna let a few more folks come, and we're gonna get to the shenanigans for today. That's right. And we're gonna go over some of the music videos. He said, "Can I submit?" Submissions are closed, my brother. Yes, submissions were closed. We had strict rules on how to submit. And if you missed it, once the show starts, submissions are closed. So you gotta check the promos before the show airs. It's usually on my page. Love Chow, I see you. What's that? CK. I'm messing that up. CCal, maybe. Management, I see you. Yo, Tony Bosco, what's up? Primo, sad. Wow, you know what? While everybody's waiting, and we're gonna get right into the show, I'm just gonna let y'all wait with a video real quick. This is actually Primo Sad's bag. I actually had it lined up just to give us a little bit of time before we get on with the show. So after this video, we're gonna get right into the show. Stay tuned.
And for the last step, you have to layer them out.
Why can't we use our hands?
Remember, class, there are no happy accidents. Every mistake. I've been trying to count all the days, it's a shame. I don't even like to play. If you stay, then I'm gone. I don't need you around anyway. I've been trying to count all the days, it's a shame. I don't even like to play. If you stay, then I'm gone. I don't need you around anyway, it's amazing. I've been trying to count all the days, it's a shame. I don't even like to play. If you stay, then I'm gone. I don't need you around anyway, it's amazing. New change, but the same difference. Try to keep up with the plane switches. I'd have been up in the same trenches as a cane snippers of the pain sippers. Who the same sentence to the Lord, so I can hustle like never before. With every gas at the level to score. They call me Othello, I'm looking for more. They call me Othello, I'm looking for more. Now these is crooked. I was a plot to be cooking and try to be booking the board. Now I can peep it like never before. Acknowledge a secret. Ain't brush your shoulders, janky promote. It's your opportunity to keep it. Fanny said to slow it down. Ain't gon' have to hold me down. No bread to move around. Now I'm up and look 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 around. Let's go. I've been trying to count all the days, it's a shame. I don't even like to play. If you stay, then I'm gone. I don't need you around anyway, it's amazing. I've been trying to count all the days, it's a shame. I don't even like to play. If you stay, then I'm gone. I don't need you around anyway, it's amazing. I've been motivated by the bad. Change is all we ever really had. If I chase it, I'ma stay up on it. Pacing, so I'm never moving fast. My patience here to stay and never pass. I've been motivated by the bad. Change is all we ever really had. If I chase it, I'ma stay up on it. Pacing, so I'm never moving fast. My patience here to stay and never pass.
All right. That was Saeed. Go by Primo Sad on Instagram. We're gonna get right to work now. Does it show down, or is that the live? I'm not sure what that meant, but we live right now. Shout out to Even Muse. Shout out to Nate. No IG. We're gonna get right into work now. The name, matter of fact, that ain't even the vibe right there. Let's turn that one on. That's more the energy right now. So what we're about to do right now is we're going to go through our submissions. Everyone who submitted, we're going to go through the content. So we're going to give y'all some viewership to check out. But I'm going to dissect the submission. And I'm not dissecting the submission as if I would do it. Because how I go through it is completely different than what I've seen in the office. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I've seen Sony as well as Universal go through their emails and some of the points that you can and cannot do or shouldn't do. If we have someone, which in the office is called checked out, if it checks out, that's what they call it in the office. And when it means checked out, means did they hit everything in a timely fashion for it to get pushed through. So if it checks out, whoever does check out at the most, the best, the most accurate, I'm gonna go one-on-one with them on another day. This is a 2-part competition. Another day, one-on-one, and I'm gonna give them the opportunity of why I should chop them. And I'm not, again, this is gonna be strictly how we do it when we're in the office. Now with me on that, he said the song was playing slow in certain parts. Oh, got you. I'm not sure if anybody else the content was playing slow. If it was, if any of the content is playing slow, please let me know. It wasn't playing slow on my end, but most definitely let us know. Good looking on that, Marco Polo Vision. Much love. So the first thing we got up, right? We got a submission. For an artist named Ariel Rain, coming out of Memphis in the building, right? I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna pull this email up, and then we're gonna go over the content. I'm gonna go over the email first, then we're gonna go over the content, right? So here it is. I'm gonna read a little bit off, and then I'm gonna show y'all some bulletin points. So this email, first of all, I want to stress, let's change the light up a little bit, was well written for me. A lot of content, a lot of visuals. It starts off with, I hope this message reaches you in great spirits. My name is Terrell Whitby. Shout out to Terrell, CEO SYFM. He says, I'm reaching out to you today, presenting an exponential talent. And he goes in to explain how she's remarkable, fusion pop and R&B. Then I do like, this is a great point that he did. This is a great point, and then after I read it, I'm gonna give up the bulletin points. And this is also why we're not taking live show submissions, because as we go through the show, everybody will get a chance to do it better, right? So that's why we closed it off to the submission before the show. In his next, I guess you could say paragraph or bulletin points, he points out some highlights of Ariel Rain. He speaks about the Tiny Desk performance that she demonstrated with her performing skills. He recognizes her publications in the magazines and the blogs of Memphis, which is dope, because if your town don't like you, it's gonna be really hard to sell it outside of your town in many cases. So I like that part right there. That's a great highlight part. He goes on talking about her journey. Then he goes into his self shout for her. I believe Ariel Rain has a distinctive sound, story, the opportunity of collaboration with Universal Music Group. You know, he's going into the cell, like it. And then, you know, he kind of ends it off where he's the CEO SYFM. He gives a phone number. The number is a little bit long. He put 2,403. I ain't gonna say his whole number. I know that's not the correct number at the very bottom, but he did put it in the beginning. Just the tedious things, but they are very tedious in the office. I'm gonna give everybody a view real quick of the email, right? So this is what I was saying about the highlight. Then he goes into some visuals. It's good to see the talent. It's very good to see the talent. He gave a lot of good visuals, clean, professional shots. It gives a basis of artistry. Love it. I did see the EPK way down here. No, we don't want the EPK down here. It's buried. It's buried with all these professional shots. Easy for someone to just keep doing this, right? So going back to the email, and then we're going to go into some visuals. Ariel Rain's visuals, which we did get to have some visuals last week, which was super dope. One thing I want to say, this right here is probably tighter than many that I've seen. The first thing you most definitely want to do is chop the, I hope this message reaches you in great spirits. That one was, we know why you reaching me. I love the intro though, but I'm just saying, you want to tighten that up into a sentence. It's a little wordy, and the reason why I say it's a little wordy, on computer, it looks like that. But a lot of them are gonna be using their phone. And when you pull up a phone and someone, even if it's not too wordy, right? Even if it's not too wordy, and I'm gonna give y'all an example real quick of what I mean, right? A A&R gets probably, I'm not even in the office. A good day for me is 500 emails, 300 I'm happy with. Sometimes it gets into the thousands, 1,500. So if I'm getting 10 emails, 20 emails a day, which they're getting way more than that. When I get to my email and it's like this, did I just pass it? Or I'm about to send you a message. And it's like this. Now on computer, it's not that bad. But when you get into your phone and you start scrolling, that's an issue. The attention span, not only for the listener at A&R, is just like a lawyer in court. When he got a stack of cases and he's like, plead guilty, and he's just pushing along, you want to tighten that up. Second thing, you want to get that EPK up higher in the stats. That EPK, and I want to show that EPK real quick because it's really, really dope. The beautiful thing about the EPK is it's engaging, it's quick, and you hit all the points. Let me click on this EPK and I'm gonna drag that over here real quick. I'm gonna show y'all this EPK. Really good. Anybody could take some notes to this. Peace to everybody jumping on. So this is really nice. Clean visuals, big and bold, about her, hits the points. Talks about some of it, shows real quick some of the things that she was engaged in. Love that. Hit some visuals, get to see her perform, a little bit more of the highlights, the content, where to reach. Voila, that right there was basically the ticket for everything you just did in the email. And not to take away from the email, really dope email, but it was wordy, and that EPK got buried. We do not want to bury that, because that is the true ticket for most artists in this industry. They want that and get right to everything else, especially promoting their Instagram. The music is the most thing. So there's this thing that I want to share as I go, and I'm gonna go right into the video because today's gonna be very wordy. I'm gonna be going through a lot of people's stuff, trying to give them as much of information as possible that I can. What you also want to do when you're selling the because that's what you got to do. You got to sell this. When you're selling this, you want to also put in how and why for the individual that's sitting in front of her. Not only selling how good they are, but also selling why it makes sense to them. It's always good to big that up. And I know it was being pitched to me, this is why I stress, as if it was going to Sony or Universal or any of those for that matter. But let's go into this visual. Please leave a comment below, and then if we have more commentary, we're gonna go into a little bit more of that. This song, we actually aired it last week. Had some very great commentary for it. So I'm gonna set that up, and then y'all check it out. Let me know what you think.
Studio, we get busy.
So that was the video submission. Shout out to Ariel Rain, who is on. A lot of people are loving the visuals and sound. I want to send a shout out to Miss Groves Yo, Coffee, I see you. Shout out to Miss Jackson on the plane. Dean, I see you, my brother. What's going on? Shout out to everybody on IBC. Fabe, I see you. C-Mac, just want to salute everybody that be supporting all the time and that's jumping on. Also Real Talk NY and Big Baby on the go from Miami. Salute to you. So just to recap on that one, that submission, selling the highlights also is the key. Don't make it too wordy, and get that electronic kit package, that press kit, up a little higher, because that's the everything. They get tons of emails every day. If it's too wordy, they're gonna skip it. And I've watched them skip some of the most amazing talent because of how much stuff that they have to do or get by. So you always got to think about crunching it real fast, hitting the points and knocking them in the head real fast. But that was really good. I love how Terrell sets it up. I love the content. Everybody working with him should really take notice of how he really put it in. All right, so we're gonna go right along. There's another submission. Let me turn this down. I feel like I'm yelling a little bit. There's another submission from an artist named Alan. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Alan. Please forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. Again, I'm gonna go to the email very quick. I'm gonna try to go along these a little fast, so that way it's not just informative for everybody, but also entertaining. That's another thing. I understand my market, right? You gotta talk about market. But let's go into this real quick. He goes back into the nice introduction. I do like how he did this one, where he just went straight into like, yo, in this world, in search of authenticity and the death of music. That's the hit right there. That's the hit. The how you doing, and I hope that it makes it to you and all that. We know why you reaching out to an executive. You either want to make money or you got a talent and you want to make money, right? So that part we could skip. So I like how he went into that. He went into the voyage. He spoke about, the age, giving a little background. That's always good. They want to know what's up with their money, what's going on with their money, who they are. He made reference to the voice and neo soul, gave direction and understanding of where they are. Placement, very cool. We got to get these three up here fast. We got to get these three up here fast, because if I'm running to a meeting and I'm reading this and I'm sitting at my desk and I got emails and phone calls, I might get here, and then I might stop. So he went back into the visuals. I can't stress how good visuals make a difference. They want to see the talent. They want to see what's going on with this artist. They want to see what their money would go into and what it looks like and what they selling, because it's not only sound, it's visuals. It's also visuals. So that's pretty cool. I like how he did that. It is flooded. One key thing I want to stress out too, I would have a few big ones, and then I would resize a lot of them, make it a little bit smaller, because if I gotta scroll, I read all this. Now, taking situation. I read all this, and I'm scrolling. And I get to another picture. Before I get to the music, I might not get to the music if you didn't rope me. I'm sorry if I'm scrolling crap fast, y'all. I'm just hyped. But if I didn't get past all this, I'm not gonna get to the music. So you want to resize this, especially on the device, because on the scroll, as we know, it's all vertical scroll. And then there's two songs. There's the Spotify, which is very important. He got a lot of visual content, which is really dope. I like that. One thing we gotta hit on that, there is no electronic kit package or press kit, depending on how you want to call it. And I would say we gotta hit more highlights of the artist, as well as this is the business of music. This is the business. They want to see what their investment is doing on their own before they even go out and try to do anything else. So we're gonna go into another song. This is Levels. I'm gonna download that real quick and we're gonna check out Levels. Please feel free to let any and everybody know how you feel about the song or the videos. There's a lot of talent here. So might check that out. Did it download? It's not letting me download. What's going on? Let's try this one more time. Levels. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. So we're gonna go into levels, check this out, and we'll be right back.
That boy drum.
Yeah. I only came here to dance. Going on with you's not in my plans. Just chill, have a drink as we vibe to the beat, and laugh all night long, feeling careless and free. But you keep on asking, pulling me closer with your hands round my waist. Give me some space, it's so unattractive when you act up that way. Would you mind if I take my time with you? Baby, I like it slow. You should know there's some things that I won't do. Just thought I'd let you know. Yeah, I know you value time, but I value my body more. Patiently get to know me. One day you can explore. Still don't think that you hear me. I don't care what you used to. Baby, this is a rare one. Be careful how you move. Won't lower my standards cause I know my worth. Respect me is all I ask. So give me some space, it's so unattractive when you press up like that. Would you mind if I take my time with you? Baby, I like it slow. You should know there's some things that I won't do. Just thought I'd let you know. Yeah, I know you value time. I value my body more. Patiently get to know me. One day you can explore. Would you mind if I take my time with you? Baby, I like it slow. You should know there's some things that I won't do. Just thought I'd let you know. Yeah, I know you value time. I value my body more. Patiently get to know me. One day you can explore. There's levels. There's levels. There's levels. There's levels.
Shout out to DJ Meg, I see you. J Nobles. So that was the song right there by Alan. We saw the email. There was no electronic press kit package, however you want to call it. There was a lot of content that flooded out before, and we got to get that paragraph much smaller. But we got a lot more submissions. Well, not a lot more submissions, because some people didn't even take the time to even invest in putting it properly. But we're gonna go into another one. This one right here is another submission from the SYFM Collective Fam. I like what they got going on over there. They got something good. So this email was really brief on the content. I'm just gonna show it real quick. I'm not gonna get, and this artist is called Andromeda, right? Let's check this out real quick. Matter of fact, let's not even use that one. We're gonna go to the bulletin board. The bulletin board ain't working. All right. So if you see this email, it's very brief, straight to the point. This is kind of close to what you want, but again, there's only 2 songs. It is a little bit wordy. There is the contact here, which is cool. He goes into, I hope this note finds you in the best. He tells where the streets of Newburgh, New York. He goes down the line of saying where the music matters of choice by destiny. He gives a little taste of that. Also mentioning the release of the album in 2024, March 14th, which is recent. You can say is now streaming on all streaming platforms. Gives a little background. Mentions emerging artists. That's cool. This right here, I would have needed a lot more to really captivate an A&R. A little bit more. Maybe one picture. Again, I can't stress how much electronic kit package, press kit, EPK, whatever you want to call it, matters extremely when shopping to an A&R, especially if he wants to just take the EPK link and send it to his boss. That's how fast it is. He's not going to send the email to his boss. He's going to send the electronic kit package. And if you can't capture him with the songs, with data analytics, you're going to have to do it quickly in the email, especially if it's unsolicited music. Let's go into this song real quick. This is called Cool. I want to check this out myself, so check it out, y'all.
Brighter days still don't take away the pain, 'cause she's still going through the motion, day-to-day routine, trying to make it out the struggle, just the same old thing. Feeling down some days, just staring at the cell phone ring. Lesser days will never snuff out all the grapes. Great escape, tunnel through the darker things. Wide awake, go mesmerized by all the planes. Now looking down, stepping over all the snakes. You know when you're cruising, you forget what you are doing, and the music comes on through. It's like a sudden deja vu. Napped into the present after reminiscing. Got me missing parts of me that never listen. Gotta seek the truth. The feelings got no meaning when you're gonna try explain. The thoughts just jumping out your brain, and when it's back it reconvenes. Just the same old thing. Oh, re-explain. Gotta keep it pushing. Enemies and pushing, so I'm taking in this cushion. I'm cool. Gotta keep it pushing. Enemies and pushing, so I'm taking in this cushion. I'm cool. Picking life into the old me. I was my own angel, time unfolding. Every scene playing all at once. I've been there too, so I know what's up. Napped into the present after reminiscing. Like I said before, but now it got me glistening. Are you listening? Hear the mission. I can now breach through some limits. I'm hoping that we all forgive it. Gotta keep it pushing. Enemies and pushing, so I'm taking in this cushion. I'm cool. Gotta keep it pushing. Enemies and pushing, so I'm taking in this cushion. I'm cool.
That is Andromeda. That song right there, I'm Cool. Everybody who submitted music today most definitely got an amazing talent. I just want to stress that. Shout out to Black Rose. We was just on the phone chopping it up. Shout out to you, my brother. I do want to stress, when submitting to these A&Rs, you most definitely want to rope them early. There's one thing I didn't get to point out, and I want to show it real quick on video. I know it's really small, so you're not going to be able to see it too much, but in the subject, on the subject, he says unveiling Andromeda, a new voice of Newbird. And as that is extremely catchy, I'm gonna let you know right now, that right there is every email we see in the office. Putting you on to this new, it's always new. That one right there, I cannot tell you how important the subject is compared to everything. You could load this email with the most amazing electronic press kit, whatever it is. You could flood it with all the pictures, all the accolades, 1 billion streams written in there. That subject is where you have to be creative. Now it's all on individual. And I tell you, that is what separates someone from opening your email to closing your email or just going by your email. And with all this great talent, this is why we doing this show today, because I don't think this is a topic that gets discussed a lot. All right, we're gonna keep going down the line. This one is a submission from a brother named No Nate, actually submitted for Tony Bosco. Tony Bosco is an artist that we interviewed on Epic TV. So I'm gonna go to the email real quick, and we're just gonna go into it. It's real simple, real to the point. No subject though. There is no subject. It goes to Hello A&R Desk in conjunction with. It's explaining who is submitting the record and for whom, which is cool. It goes into him being a seasoned rapper, giving some dialogue and understanding of who he is, what's his journey, how long he's been doing it, over 20 years. I would dub that. Erase 20 years. What that tells an A&R, especially if you're in the office, what tells an A&R you've been doing this for 20 years, then I ain't helping you, because I'm not trying to waste no more time. Even though the 20 years might be amazing, spectacular music, but that right there will scare an A&R off. Just giving y'all the heads up on that, right? It goes into his journey, and then it goes into sincerely. It speaks about who's the CEO, who's management, and all that. Again, we got to work on that subject, fixing out this sell point of how we can do it. And then there was also music submitted. So we're gonna go into that music real quick. It's a music video, dope. You get to see some visuals, and we're gonna talk about it. I know this brother Tony Bosco gets busy, does his things. I most definitely vouch for him in the hip hop scene without a doubt. But let's check this out. So what was submitted was a playlist. So it wasn't even a video, it was a playlist. I'm actually gonna go to the video. I'm not gonna do the playlist. I'm just gonna show you what was submitted so you can see. It was a playlist of his Hustler's Reflection, the prequel, which was a project that he dropped. Dope. But I'm gonna go into a visual. I think we are due for a visual, right? I think that would break things up. Shout out to I Am Miss 23. I see you, Marty. So when you're sending these emails out to these record labels or these execs, you most definitely want to target their time frame and also sell point. You got to minimize the time and also sell. Not only how good you are. A label will invest in something that's trash if it's selling. Always remember that. If it's selling, they will invest in it super fast if it's selling. So you want to sell that point, give them some points of why they should invest. That is key. I'm looking for a Tony Bosco video right now. There's one that I really like, man. Heavy Gold. I'm just going to type it in real quick. And if you got questions along the way, please do. Anybody who's jumping on right now, this is the A&R Desk, where today we were talking about submissions. How do you submit music to a record label? We had some people submit their music today, and I'm going over the do's and don'ts of that. So we're gonna see right now. I'm trying to get this video pulled up of Tony Bosco, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. This is Tony Bosco. Well, look at me now.
You know it's the prequel. CFB. Yeah. On the block with these 12-12s. I'm in love with the stoop. She my bitch, my way to wealth. I'm a real nigga, yeah, I sleep well. California King, Palm Springs, 2 swans, smelling like Chanel. Me and this coupe, we parallel. Dreaming of millions, this cocaine on this mirror, it gotta sell. My mind state, I'm thinking I'm Scarface with a half plate. From a poor nigga playing basketball on a milk crate. Now it's acres, the law spacious, no sports agent. Surrounded by the shooters and bakers and Gucci skating. Ain't no race here, keep a silent salute when the real appear. I'm red dotting niggas like I'm hunting deer. Play with me, still keep it one when I'm ground shifting. Getting blown while stick shifting, stick with me. Watch me, I'm a real nigga. Looking like I jumped out of magazine. Mob stick music, have them jumping around like they on a trampoline. Believe me, it's a time and place to move around. The money gone, you can hear a pin hit the ground. Snatch one of my niggas, he won't utter a sound. from a club, ain't in the lost and found. The house so far is on private ground. The yard so big, looking like Dover Downs. Life so good, I can't even frown. Thought I wouldn't be here, but look at me now.
Chicks say I'm bougie, conceited. This hate that I received, girl, I needed. This big ego would feed it. I broke the law, I came back home and then repeated. Niggas say I ain't a lyricist. You're probably right, I'm a motherfucking heretic. I fight gods with my words, I got nice flaws. Knife scars in my skin, live my life hard. Got nice bras in my cars, I'm probably overcompensating for life's flaws. Coming off the stoop was in my roots like dice raw. Black thoughts got me flying in the track hawk. Track hawk, making money off of crack talk. Black boy, trap hard, stack paper on these haters, more acres in my backyard. That part, cold smile and the black heart, blue steel in the black card. Bad bitch in a fast car, got 'em waving checker flags, NASCAR. Heavy.
Believe me, it's a time and place to move around. The money gone, you can hear a pin hit the ground. Snatch one of my niggas, he won't utter a sound. We come from a club, ain't in the lost and found. The house so far is on private ground. The yard so big, looking like Dover Downs. Life so good, I can't even frown. Thought I wouldn't be here, but look at me now.
Shout out to Tony Bosco. Love that visual. That's actually in our playlist for Shoe Radio. Shout out to him on that. Again, on the emails, again, if you're just jumping on, today's show is Are You Ready? We were doing pitch preparations. My whole concept today is we focus a lot on the music. We focus on how good it is. We focus on our image. We focus on promoting, sometimes marketing. Sometimes we don't know the difference between the two, but we don't focus on when it's time to bridge everything you did, all the work you did, and get it in front of a music professional. Because a music professional is not looking at it from a customer's eye. He's looking at it from a seller's point of view. And a lot of things that we do musically, we do it with the customer's eye in mind. We want to sell it to the customer, but we got to sell it to the seller. And that's what we're doing today. So that's why we were going over some of the emails. For those who missed what we did earlier, don't fret. I got another submission. I guess a lot of people weren't too confident in submitting, or they missed the submission time because there was no submissions during the live show today. Normally I take submissions as we go, but because I'm giving the feedback and the pointers of each email, someone could come in right now and do it as perfect, and that would be unfair. So that's why we closed the show early on to the submissions. We got one more submission, and the submission is again from the SYFM family, the collective over there. I was gonna say the coalition, but the collective over there. And this artist goes by the name of Rebecca Pearl. And again, let's go to the video. And I know this is very small. I'm sorry, the resolution for this one is a little small. But again, in the email subject, which I was mentioning earlier, that is one of the most important parts, is this part right here. Because before we scroll on our phone, because most of the emails are answered by phone at the office, this is what is the selling point right here. What does this say? As a secret, I'm gonna share this with you, and I don't recommend do this. In my subject, a lot of times when I was submitting music in my subject, I would put something like, "You are one big asshole," and people opened the "You are one big asshole" in the subject, and then inside I would just go straight to it. If you miss out on this, and I will go straight to the gusto. I won't say recommend using my technique, because it did rub a few people wrong, and I made friends with them later, and they laughed at like, "Oh, you was that guy." But going back to the email, your subject Your subject is very important. In this one, he goes into say, I hope this message finds you in great spirits. Again, you want to chop this down with you're not applying for the job. This is a situation where the label knows why you are reaching out to them, and that is to get your artist signed, some type of something, a transaction musically. So you want to decorate and paint that much better. He kind of went with the same formula, spoke about the artist, gave a good background, which is dope. Giving a good background so we could get to understand. He also mentioned a multifaceted. He explained the abilities and the genre spinning and spanning, how deep and remarkable it is. That's cool. He even went into the music producer, speaking of her creative vision, doesn't stop with her own music, how she collaborates. That's dope. It gives me a lot. What I do like, and he did notable achievements. I do like the notable achievements. One thing with the notable achievements, everybody, when you're doing this, throw some numbers in there. If you got a video that did some good insights, put your insights. If you don't got good viewership, let me so you can see me. If you don't got good viewership, find something that is. Or we got 5,000 engagement. Her Instagram account reaches this amount of accounts. If you have numbers, because what they want to say is, if I'm investing in this, good music don't only sell. Bad music sells too. As we know, we can turn the radio on. You could turn the radio on and hear bad music all day and ask yourself, why is they investing in it? You know why they invest in it? Because the numbers work towards their investment. Someone out there is listening to it. Someone out there is playing it. So that's why it sells. So you want to give them some numbers when you do your notable achievements. So I'm going to go down here. I like how these are minimized. These links are minimized. A lot of the other emails, they were very big, kind of like this right here. And it took up a long time before we scroll down to music. So a lot of the other emails got this first. Now, I want to give an example. Look at this email and see how these two small ones, and it also gives room to get to this. If we would have got hit with this initially, and now we're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and don't get me wrong, you do want to show visuals. You do want to show visuals, but you don't want this many. And in this one, there's some duplicates. There is no electronic kit package in this, or press kit. Huey, I see you. CI 2120, I see you too. So you want to make sure you hit those points. I do like how they did this here, but we don't got no electronic kit package. We don't have no data. None of them really had data. There was only one electronic press kit in this whole, on all the emails. It was buried, and it was a very long one, but it was there. We're gonna go into this video. I want to check this video out right here. We're gonna copy that, and we're gonna check it out. Please feel free to comment about this video. Let them know how you feel about it, and then we're gonna go from there. Check this out. This is Rebecca Pearl.
Done playing with my emotions, heal the cracks in my heart. I was so broken, but no more settling for crumbs. Made friends with my mirror, enemy without can do me no harm. Seeing things clearer, I'm getting everything I want. I'm choosing love for myself. No, I'm not settling for anything less. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and I've been working on myself on the daily. fairy tale love. It is a promise, God's not forgotten. And even though my heart's been broken before, He can restore it. I'm choosing love for myself, and I'm not settling for anything less. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and I've been working on myself on a day. Call me wife in training. I'm a wife in training. I'm a wife, I'm a wife, wife. Call me wife in training. Call me wife in training. I'm a wife, I'm a wife, yeah.
So that was Rebecca Pearl with Call Me Wife in Training. So what I'm gonna do right now, right? I'm gonna give y'all a few tips of when submitting to a record label. For everybody that just jumped on, that's what today's show was based on. It was if you was ready to submit to music. And like I said earlier, a lot of times we focus on the customer base of submitting towards music and not the seller's base to continue in music. And if somebody says to me, break that down, I don't understand. I love using street analogies, so please forgive me. Please forgive me, right? If I'm selling weed, I was gonna go hard. I was about to go hardcore like heroin. If I was selling weed, my whole concept is I want to get it to the weed heads. Everybody who wants weed, I want to get it to. So I package it. I reach out to everybody that I know who's doing that. But if I want to get to a supplier, he doesn't give two shits about my packaging, right? He doesn't care about my packaging. He's a supplier of this. This is what he does. So when I go to him, I can't be like, hey, I got the best thing in the world. This thing gets you hot. I can't sell that what I sell to the customer. I gotta go to him with like, listen, I move 20 bags of this a week. I'm under this budget. We gross this much. This is how our return is. If we had the investment of blah, blah, blah. And that's the concept. Shout out to Rare B Graham. If y'all don't know, check out that brother's podcast. Very informative, really dope, down to earth. Shout out to you, my brother. So that's what you want to do when you're submitting your music. You got to understand two parts of it, not just the customer base, but the seller's base. How are you going to sell it to the seller? This is what they do. So just like we mentioned in all the emails that we opened up and shared, the subject line is the most important line. Is the most important line in your packaging. You could have a doodle email. You could have the most terrible email, one song with that subject line. And I'm going to share with you. Before I continue, shout out to Melba Moore that just jumped on. This is one of our musical legends. And I love when the music just stops without me doing it. That's one of our musical legends that have been through the time zones of eras of music and is still going on. So salute to Melba Moore for jumping on. Thank you for everything you did. Even the triumphs of a black artist, a black female artist, doing what you did, the time you did it, and still doing it. So salute to you. Thank you for joining us today. Perfecting my craft and my pitch. No, shout out to SYFP, SYFM Collective. You didn't do bad at all. You did great. And this is why I want to do this conversation. This is one part of the elements that never gets talked about. How to submit music. You know what I'm saying? We focus, like I mentioned, we focus solely on how to present it and not how to pitch it. And I'm gonna give you another tip. And I'm going to give you a true-to-life example of how it works. I was sending an email to a vice president. This is before we became friends. Me and Brett are now friends. He's the vice president of Republic Records. That's my boy. We text each other during holidays and blah blah blah, right? Before I knew him, I read an article in Rolling Stone where he said, my whole dream is to bring the true essence back to music, not just in the raw form, but in the creative aspect. And that was the big and bold of the article. I used that same line. Your dream of creating this big bold article, did it fail? I hit what he said in a question. You best believe he opened that email, right? You best believe he opened that email. And then I said, it probably didn't, because this is where you are now. And then I went into my pitch, yada yada, we're friends right now. And this is why I stress the subject. And when you do get them to open it, you don't want it to be wordy, but you want to hit those points like the collective, SYFM collective. They did a lot of great body work. They did an introduction, they did the body, and they did the conclusion. It was like textbook school, like that. If I didn't remember anything about school, that was it. You gotta have your intro, your body, and your conclusion. He did that, but we want to shorten those conclusions up, because just for anybody who's jumping on, everybody in the office, the first place they go to when they're is their phone. And like I mentioned, this, I'm not gonna show it, but like I mentioned, this is one of the pictures. And look how long that looks. Now on desktop it's not, but in real life that's long. A dude running from office to office, meeting to meeting, got one headphone in because he's listening to an artist. He got another artist complaining about when he's dropping, and then he's trying to find the next artist. And you do this, it's gonna take a while. You probably, if you got past the subject, once you get in there, you gotta rope them. Think of your pitch. If anybody watches Shark Tank, watches Shark Tank, think of your pitch like Shark Tank. You see them in there, they know why they there. They might say, good evening, everybody. So what I got today is boom. And what's the first thing they sell? I don't care if they say they selling toilet tissue. Every one of them says, you know, what's the overhead? What's your expense versus your gain? Because an investor's whole thing is about money. The customer cares about the quality. They care about the quality and the sound and what it makes them feel. The seller just wants to know how much it makes. Can we sell it? Is there individuals that want to buy this, whether it's small, because then they can get an idea of what it is. So that's what we got to really, I don't know why it's clapping, but that's what we really got to focus on when shopping an artist, especially if it's unsolicited. If it's not unsolicited and you do those introductions, do the whole, hey, I hope it reaches you, and yada yada. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna show you an email that I sent to an exec, and we've been replying. This is gonna be real quick. I'm gonna go to my sends, and you're gonna laugh at, maybe not, but I would laugh if I didn't know how quick this is. I don't want to show that one. That one is still active. I want to show y'all something real quick. Bam. You see, and this is, imagine this on the desktop. This is my full email. Boom. 1 line, 2 line, and then 3 files. Well, 4 files. 1 line, 2 line, and a file. Voila. In and out. Did they reply? They sure did reply. And my subject was invoice. That's it. Invoice. Who doesn't open up invoices? Tell me who don't open up invoices. And then what I say in my first line on the invoice, it could make you a lot of money. Voila. Rope, line, and sinker. So, and again, it don't work with everybody, but they get emails all day. You gotta spark them when you're giving it to them. You gotta spark them and do it. So I just showed you live action. I sent that out today and got a reply. So you want to do that when you're sending out your emails, man. That's what you want to do. But we still got a little bit more time. I'm gonna go into another video, give y'all some, I know you're tired of me talking, so I'm gonna give y'all some more visuals. And if you have any questions before we go, and before I go, I'm gonna say my conclusion to today, and I'm trying to be hard. I'm not trying to be hard, but I'm not trying to be easy, because this game is not easy, and I'm not doing you any service. I'm doing you a disservice if I'm being easy on you, right? So we're gonna go into this video. If you got any questions, feel free to drop it in. This is your time to ask whatever you want pertaining to the conversation or not. This is Thomas English with Blessing.
The almighty EA ski track. English told you was a square, that you didn't fit in. You ain't a misfit and outcast, them ain't your friends. They used to talk about your bad too in elementary. Had you like no petrol in the tank, feeling empty. You didn't sell dough, you didn't drink or smoke, and when peer pressure was there, you told them no. Alienated, you said you wasn't cool to be around. They was in name brands, you was in the hand-me-downs. Had the clown suit on, soon as the bell would ring, flexing their Nikes and laughing at your pro wings. But cruel kids, things happen, let the blessings flow. What do you know? The black sheep turned into a goat. Now there's scholars and dollars came from your decisions, while they was catching cases, facilitating them state prisons. You kept your head up, blessings, you knew where you was going. Now you the chaplain in the prisons up there. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing, so keep your head up to the sky. Keep your head up to the sky. Don't you ever wonder why. It's a purpose for your life, don't question why. They say it's so sinful, born in the world of the evil that men do. Don't let my energy offend you. Hope filled with hope still, hoping the hope can be instilled into the ones who lost faith and want to kill their own kind. Blind within the confines of their own mind. Tell them wake up, it's time to shine. We need that L-O-V-E, not that H-A-T-E. And I respectfully pass on the lies that they want to feed me. I'm that said loud, yeah, I'm proud. Heart full of golden now, feeding this medicine to my people, they really need it now. I'm like, wow, it's so low how the damage that been done. No knowledge of self, so let's all let that be number one on the hit list. Handle our business, need that love and unity like never before. God is my witness. Yes, I'm trying to help my people, not trying to hurt my people. No, life's a blessing, and we was all created. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing, so keep your head up to the sky. Keep your head up to the sky. Don't you ever wonder why. It's a purpose for your life, don't question why. They said I never amount to nothing. They looked at me and then they laughed. They said I'd be nothing but a failure. But that's all in the past. But it ain't over. Blessings on the way. It ain't over.
Alright. He said it ain't over. Blessings on the way. I love that. He had the West Coast bounce with a positive message. I love it. That's my boy Thomas English. Alright, so like I said, this competition today was, if you were ready, you submitted your music, did your submission. We were going to go over it to see if you hit all the points of submission, getting your submission in. I'm going to give you a brief thing before I go into things to hit. The who, what, when, why, how. Those are the key components when you're shopping your thing. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pick somebody, but I'm going to say they lost too. But Ariel Rain was the closest. She was the only one submitted with electronic kit package. Now, if you don't know what electronic kit package or electronic press kit, depending on how you want to flip and bounce it, it's a file, one file that kind of crunches everything about you in one. I'm going to show what Ariel Rain had in their submission and give you an outline of their email. Alright, here we go. So let's stop the music real quick. So if you see in this email, like I mentioned to them earlier, the subject was generic. It don't matter. Discovery, Ariel Rain, they get emails like this all day in the office. They would quickly be out of there. This was a little bit too wordy. It was a lot of stuff going on, real crunchy. And this is what I meant about the content being too big and too much. Before we even got to a record, this is me scrolling on the desktop before we got into the videos. And this is the electronic kit package, which was buried. Now, this is the most important part about this email, because this could be copy and pasted and sent to the office. I'm gonna click on it so you can see real quick. This is everything. This says the name. It gives me visuals. It gives a background, a little update, because you could put your analytics, your everything in here. This gives a little idea of the people that's been pitched on there, the people that you can see, the people that they worked with, a music video, some content. This is a good place to put analytics. And then this is how you can contact us, your Instagram, blah, blah, blah. That right there is the most important part of shopping, because I could copy that, paste that, and send that to upstairs, run it to the office, whatever the case may be. But out of today's submission, this is the only artist that came with electronic press kit. So what I'm gonna offer this artist is a chance to come on the show live with me and pitch to me in a meeting for everybody to see if they should get signed or should I shop them. And I'm gonna go through it just like I'm going through the record labels, just like how they would, and we're gonna point out to see if they're actually ready, or they can hold off, not do it, and have a free 30-minute consultation with me. I'm gonna present that to them. Now, they could probably do the meeting and hit all the points, and I'll stand by my word. I will do everything and walk them into a meeting, set up a meeting somehow with a record label for them. And if you don't know, I just have become the A&R at Nuovo Entertainment, so that's either and also another option. But I'm gonna present that to them. Just because they had the electronic press kit. Yo, shout out to the Book Orlando. But if they don't, they get the free 30-minute consultation. I would like to see them do it live with me on the air, and see if they're ready. This is their chance. What Eminem said, you get one chance, don't lose it. Shout out to one of the 9. Peace and salute, my dude. So I'm gonna offer them that chance. But again, just to recap today, you want to make your emails quick, to the point, and with a hook, because they get tons of emails every day. And if you get tons of emails every day, they all start looking the same and looking like spam, especially when you're on the phone and devices. So shout out to everybody that jumped on today. Shout out to every artist that submitted music today. Really dope talent. I like to send a thanks to everybody that always jumps on, always supporting, even if they can't. S.Y. Terrell, if you're on right now, Terrell, I don't know if you heard what I proposed for Ariel. I don't know if you heard what I proposed, but if you're on right now, let me know you're on. Let me know you're on right now before we close the show. And let me know if you heard what was stated. Let me know. If not, you might even miss your opportunity. I'm gonna let a few go on, man. I see there's no question. He said she's gonna come on and pitch. She's gonna come on and pitch. Alright, I love it. Impetus House, shout out to you. She's gonna come on and pitch. I love it. So I'm going to say this on the air. I'm coming full force. Everything that I've seen the label, this is gonna be a direct pitch. This is not a partial pitch. This is a real pitch. We're gonna do it live though. He's gonna do a pitch. So we're gonna see. So if she's gonna do it live, we're gonna set that up on the show. We're gonna designate a time, and everybody's gonna see a live pitch to a record label of how it goes and how some of the questions that you see, so you can see it in live action. There we go. So shout out to you for all the submissions, dope artists. Shout out to Ariel. Get ready. I'm gonna give y'all, I would say next week. I would say let's do this next week, but I'm gonna say the week after. I'm gonna give y'all some time to really figure out what y'all gonna do, because I'm gonna pull out what they pull out. so you understand what goes on into shopping an artist and some of the things that they might ask. So shout out to everybody that jumped on, man. Today was, I hope it was informative for many people, as well as entertaining. I know some people are just here for the vibe, and that's perfectly fine as well. So I try to do the balance. But like I say every show, know your boundaries, push some boundaries, and break some boundaries. Consistency is the key, but proficiency is the door. Don't keep doing something that don't make sense, because it won't make sense, or won't make sense. Shout out to everybody jumping on, man. I'm Sport Brooklyn. This is the A&R Desk, and I'll see y'all next week, man. We out.